Howdy, welcome to Easter Sunday Tool Talk Live with me and the missus. How's your weekend going? How was your Sunday? I hope you're having a blessed Sunday and that you're getting to spend it with the ones you love. I know we're all, social and physical distancing, so hopefully you at least got to talk to them on the phone or maybe Skype or some such. How's everyone doing tonight? And let's do our hellos here. Nate Peace, Justin Down, man. How you doing?
Hey.
Mitch is in the house. Riley. Riley says, my principal called me down to the office for watching Den of Tools because for some reason it's inappropriate.
Nice.
I'm highly inappropriate. Joe Smith and friends in the house. Robert Adams. Carson's Exploring Channel. The Random Sandwich in the house.
Hey, Random Sandwich.
Di Diz is here. Jason Blair, how you doing? And Bad Idea Workbench is here as well. Javier's in the house. Always, man. Good to see you. Rail 9222. Dale Lucid's here. Mike Schmitz. Halon Wolf around. Who else we got here? Only one Mr. X, only one Mr. Y. But where is Mrs. Z?
That's none of your business.
Oh, okay. Craig, Brett, and others. How's everyone doing today? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little tired today, but Easter was great. We were grateful to have a great Sunday, and I made a big Easter dinner. And everyone seems full and happy. So everything's good today. And even though I'm super tired today, not enough sleep.
Up a storm.
I did cook up a storm. But I was, I'm also looking forward to seeing all of our friends and family here, even though you're stealing my drink live. I was looking forward to hearing from all of you guys. I know, we are near and far, but it's our own Sunday get together.
Yeah, so I stayed up late with the oldest cub, doing a little bonding. We stayed up way too late. Of all things, watching videos on cruises. The Cubs have decided she's always wanted to go on one of the big cruise liners, and we didn't really understand which one you wanted to go on, what the different prices were, what amenities. Wanted to find one that would be good for everybody, and he and I got into it. We just stayed up until like 3:00 in the morning, which was ridiculous. And then I woke up had to wake up early for the Easter egg hunt because I had little ones at my door going, can we go hunt for eggs now? Can we now, please? So I dragged myself out of bed with like 3.5, 4 hours sleep. And I eventually had to go and lay down for a nap. So around 2, I laid down for a nap, woke up at 5, and all of a sudden, every single piece of food was cooked in the kitchen and on the counter. We had a giant glazed ham, 2 different types of mac and cheese, yams. We had cornbread, multiple cornbreads, biscuits, brown sugar sauce. I can't remember what else there was. There was too much. Green beans. Oh my gosh.
I have a problem with cranberry sauce, so I had cranberry sauce. I feel like there's something else we're forgetting.
I feel like I need a hot rock to lie in.
I definitely feel like I need a hot rock. Like, I'm really glad that we're here with you tonight, but there's another part of me that could take a nap.
Oh. I'm ready to go back to bed after that.
And I didn't make a dessert. I figured the kids had made a ton of sugar choices with the things that the Easter Bunny brought them. So I just figured that I would forgo dessert.
Yeah, there was plenty of other desserts floating around. We didn't need more of that.
Yep.
And so let me catch up on your comments here.
Did you change the light?
Alexa, set studio to red.
Justin Dow had chicken nuggets and candy. You are my kind of family. I have a serious problem with chicken nuggets.
Jason Blair says, Happy Easter all, as does Di. Kirk, Happy Easter from Pennsylvania. Tony, hello from Roswell. Bo Roden, hello from North Carolina. Javier says, do you see that video that Brian did? Yeah, I saw it. It's just sad. It's I don't even want to talk about it. It when people flip flop and they can't have any ethics on stuff and they just go after whatever views they think they're going to get. That's not the YouTube I want to be part of. Yeah. Chad says, full tummy, delivered extra food to neighbors and family. Great Easter. That's awesome for you, Chad. Thank you for doing that. Robert says, made yakitori on the grill and we had Pringles with it. He didn't want to make anything else. Yakitori and Pringles.
I think that's like, maybe it's a generational thing. Like, I really like making really big meals for the holidays, but I'm also totally fine if your family is just hanging out and they want to have Pringles and McNuggets and whatever it is that makes your family happy. I say go for it.
If I'm not mistaken, yakitori is a Japanese type grilled, like almost like a kebab kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong.
I was just excited about the Pringles.
Ronald says, it's rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season.
It was also turkey season.
Turkey season, yeah. She got her first bird.
Yep.
She's very excited. Riley says, do you have an opinion on the Harbor Freight 10 torque wrench? Are you talking about the one that sells for $10? I think that they are fine for what they are. If we're doing basic stuff in the shop on a car, that kind of stuff, they're just fine. You make sure you calibrate them, you store them properly, and they'll get the job done. If you're doing some high-end machining kind of stuff, it's not going to be the torque wrench for you.
Di Diz had Cincinnati chili for Easter. Don't be jealous. I knew he would be, so I had to tell him.
Oh yeah, I love Cincinnati chili. Haven't had it in forever. Jody says, do you think the Harbor Freight is going to extend the Hercules line? Yeah, actually, Jody, this was supposed to be the year of Hercules. It was supposed to be new Hercules tools coming out every month or every 2 months. And a lot of that got pushed back because, they can't send anybody to China to oversee manufacturing. They're not going to have them just go ahead without having one of their own people there to oversee it. That you don't do that if you want to actually have any kind of hope of having quality control on the other end. But I've seen pictures of the stuff that they're building. I'm not allowed to share it because the person who shared it with me asked me not to, and
we respect boundaries.
Yeah, and they got some amazing stuff coming out. When it gets out, who knows when that's going to be at this point. Let's see here. Hey, by the way, everyone, don't forget to type in, as it says right above my head, type in the @ the Den of Tools. If you type that all in like that, it shows up just like that, like a big orange blurb. We only read those messages. We read we read super chats, and we might happen to catch another one here or there. But if you want it guaranteed, type that one in. We'll be sure and read it. She reads from the current messages. I take my time and go back and step through them. So we will get to it at some point. So you don't have to repeat it. I get a little behind because I try to give full answers, rather than just snippets. So just make sure you type that in so we know that you're talking to us.
PT says, are you a Skyline or a Gold Star fan?
Oh, that's a good question. I like Skyline if I'm getting chili, or any of the other like miscellaneous stuff. For the actual conies, I like Gold Star. And then I'm actually kind of a fan of Empress as well, man. Empress, they used to do this chili pizza thing. It was really good. And they have good conies too.
Shaka says, good evening. The Easter Bunny and Ryobi are trash. Whoa. Whoa. Shaka with the $2. Bing, 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 bing. Whoa.
Shaka, not a fan of Easter.
Sorry, I just got lost there for a second. Just Adele said I lost track of the days. I almost went live until I logged into YouTube and saw your Sunday stream. Thank God, I was getting tired of playing Madden.
Oh my gosh.
Shaka clarified. $2. It says, not you, Mrs. the regular bunny. Our kiddos would cry. $2 super
But we
chat.
understand.
Yes. Bing, 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 bing. Sorry. Oh my goodness. It's raining here. I know a number of people have told us that it is snowing. And I've gotten some pictures. Thank you. Because I love seeing the snow. I can say that because I'm not in it right now.
Hey, Lone Wolf just said something. He was shocked how good the smoked pickles were.
That's delicious. I saw that, and I want to try it.
Smoked pickles. That sounds like an abomination.
Well, you already think that pickles are zombie cucumbers, so
They are. It's not whether I think it is. It's a.
they're not.
It's a chemical fact.
BW's. Sorry.
Kirk says, "Got to spend some time with the grandson. That's awesome. Good for you." Justin says it's sad, and he agrees. Echo says, "Happy Easter." Hey, Echo, how goes it? I die with their Cincinnati chili. And Steve's here. Hey, Steve. They had Thanksgiving stuff. It looked like Thanksgiving in. Sorry, I was distracted by someone's long hair. I have an issue.
He does. He's married to it.
Easily distracted. But yeah, it looked like Easter at our place. I feel like it's Easter.
It is Easter.
If I had a
You meant
belt, I would
Thanksgiving?
let it out.
Do you mean Thanksgiving?
Whatever. Thanksgiving, Easter. I'm in a food coma. I have no idea what day it is, what month. No clue.
Yep.
So go ahead. You were going to say something?
I was gonna say
I
something.
can tell you're on top of it.
I was on top of it till you distracted me. Benjamin says, "Hey Bear, the coronavirus is driving me crazy. Even my kids are hanging out with me in the garage." Yeah, it's like that.
We had, I'll have to put up a video of it. I think I'd have to see how much I got of it. The Thunderbirds did a little mini air show the other day just to let people know that the Air Force is thinking of us and realize, just wanted to fly by, literally just fly by and say hello to everybody. So they did a mini air show looping around all of Vegas. And they started out on the east side, did the strip, went up to the north side, went around, banked, then did a hard bank around Red Rock, which is out where we are, came back around, shot down through Summerlin to the southwest, and then over into Henderson, I think is where they finished, and then back up because their base is back in the northeast side of town. And man, there was one point where I looked down because we were up on the west side here. We're up a little higher a good bit higher than everyone else. And you could see them, they were banked. And the left wing guy had to be 150 feet above the house. Well,
Yeah.
You know, the neighborhood they were flying over. Can you imagine what that was like for those people? It was pretty epic. It was really cool to see, and the kids had a thrill. So it was nice. Where was I? Gary says, "Happy Easter, guys. Where's the Easter eggs? LOL. We had barbecue. We had barbecue ham in 6 inches of snow in Minnesota today." Who was sending you pictures of snow?
Was it Zaffiel?
I think it was Zaffiel. That was a lot of snow.
Yeah, I think it got updated to like 9 inches.
Oh, and then apparently Maine, like 250,000 people lost power in Maine.
Yep.
And my first thought was, oh my gosh, middle of a snowstorm, lost power, all those people losing their heat and stuff. I went, oh, it's Maine. They'll have wood-burning stoves
It
and
was
whatnot.
Zaffiel. He was sending me pictures of the snow. Thank you. Shaun of the Dead says 180 watching and only 11 thumbs up. Thumbs up are free, which reminded me to like the stream as well. But thank you for the reminder. Because,
Free every Sunday.
Yes, and I absolutely need the reminders some days. Most days.
The Dale Lucid says he's thinking of a new rotary drill soon. Are there non-rotary drills? Are there reciprocating drills? I'm confused.
And
What brand are you thinking about going with? Yes?
I lost my place again.
Oh, jeez. So do you need me to send some Skyline canned chili? Hail on anybody that wants to send me Skyline chili. We'll get heaps of praises. I love Skyline.
He really, really does.
I can make my own noodles. I can, shred my own cheese. But we've tried the home, the knockoff kind of recipes and stuff. Nothing tastes quite like Skyline.
I am so sorry. I am so tired.
You need to wake up here.
Now I may butcher your name, and I am the first to admit. Please call me out and tell me how to fix it. If I do, is it Nade Peace? Nade Peace? Nade?
I think it's Sade over there.
No one is talking to you right now. Not a single person. Do not pull my hair. You're pulling my ears. $5 super chat. It says, if you have to use only one brand of power tools for the rest of your life, not looking at price, which one would you choose?
Not looking at price.
Like if money was no object and you could use...
if I could just buy all the tools I would, not looking for, I don't know, Hilti, maybe? It would have to be between Hilti and... whatchamacallit. I just forgot their name.
And I forgot to ding.
Festool.
I forgot to do the dinging because you were messing
Do
with
the
my
dinging.
hair. $5 super chat. Bing, 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 bing,
Bing. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
yeah, it's I've used Festool stuff, not on the job or anything. I've been out. I've seen it a few times. I've used a few pieces here and there, but then I went to one of their rolling demo shows. They get a semi that rolls up. Both sides of the semi fold down, and it folds out into a full woodworking shop. And I got to play with all their tools. They're fantastic. As good as they are, I can't see myself paying $700 for a handheld orbital sander. I'm sorry. They're great, but they're not that much better than the other stuff you can get. The track saw they have is fabulous. Don't get me wrong, but the Makita is right there with it, and it's like half the price. Hilti makes some fabulous stuff, and one of the things I love about Hilti is they are, other than the stuff that really, really, truly needs to be brushless, the rest of the stuff is still brushed, so you can service it, and it will keep running forever.
I love that everyone else in the comments is saying what they would get. I love that. Where is Daughter of Ra? Steven?
Steve, what'd you do with her?
Are you making her cook? Is that what the issue is? She's not allowed to leave the kitchen?
Bo says, awesome info. Stay safe. Thank you, sir. BW Electronics says, true Cincinnati chili has chocolate in it. I miss going to Cincinnati when I was a kid, and we had it when I was there. The Splat Bee says, I'm working on a work table for this week's quarantine project, and a buddy gave me 2 of the 8-inch caster wheels. Should I use them or get a different size wheel? The top weighs 110 pounds, home garage. When you say 2 of the 8-inch caster, they seem kind of big. Honestly, for cast, unless the thing's going to be rolling around a lot. Larger wheels like that, a lot of times they have, they can support more weight. But the other reason to get them is because you're going to be rolling over larger things in the shop or wherever this is going to be. Smaller wheels will get stuck on smaller items. So like if you have a pencil, some of the 8-inch wheel could probably roll over that. You hit that with a 4-inch wheel or 3-inch wheel, and it's going to stop dead in its tracks. So it's all about what it is you're trying to do with that. That said, you already have 2 of them. Might as well get 2 more.
So I have seen this question twice. So I'm going to say it now so I don't miss it again. And I know that you're catching up. But do you think the Harbor Freight Easter coupon would be good tomorrow, considering they said they would extend coupons because of Corona?
Yeah, they said they're going to extend all coupons until it was end of June.
Yeah.
So I don't see, they said they weren't going to allow any coupons to expire that would cause you to have to rush in. So I don't think that'll be a problem.
Right. So, and I know that more than one person asked that. I was reading Jerry's comment, but I know that somebody else asked it before Jerry, and I'm tired and lost you.
Robert says the better half had 20 passengers on both of her flights yesterday. She sent me pics of the empty plane and terminal.
Yeah.
Reminds me of flying in the 80s. Or was it the 90s? I think it was the 90s. Javier says, you ever tried to loosen a lug nut with a ratchet that is in the on position instead of the off position? That happened to me now, and I have one bent, cracked 21 socket and a busted lug nut. Oh. Yeah, I've been there. I've been that stubborn fool who's like, it's got to just a little bit more and it's going to break loose. Oh, it broke loose. Jarrett says, Harbor Freight opened up here today across the street from my play shop. I'm screwed. I could see that happens, man. You got to leave the wallet at home on days like that. Riley says, my Home Depot is the best. They gave me a new 1/2-inch impact wrench outside of the 3-year warranty. The lady only asked how long I bought it and said to grab a new one. That's awesome. Good for you and good for them. That's great to see them going that extra mile. Bo says, I was going to get a Herc tool set, but the Skill Halo tool design won me over. I like the Herc stuff, but the Skill stuff, I think Shervon makes some pretty decent tools. They make the stuff for Cobalt, and I'm a big fan of that. I have not had a chance to do a lot of stuff with the new Skill cordless stuff, but it looks pretty good, and people I know, other creators on YouTube who've tested it, and I trust their opinion. They really like it.
So Randy says, was looking to get a small utility trailer just to haul riding lawnmower. Anyone have any recommendations? I'm sure you will have a thought, but my other thought is Joe Smith would probably have a great idea.
Tractor Supply, when they have a sale, we've got the 5x7 trailer. I highly recommend putting down some plywood because it's got that screened floor. In fact, any trailer you get that has the screened floor, I recommend putting a wood floor down on it instead. It disperses the weight better than the screen kind of thing does. But you will be hard pressed when Tractor Supply has a sale on those things. They're usually the price that most people ask for a rusted out used trailer on Craigslist. It's hard to come close to what they ask for those. Vegas Vince, hey man, how's it going? He says, did you ever find a slide for your Poly 80? Happy Easter. Yeah, I did. And I got to say, it was, I'm just over, I'm quiet here because I'm overwhelmed because this and other items were sent to us by a viewer who saw what we went through. In fact, actually, it was even before I posted the video. We were on Den of Gadgets doing our live stream and talking about it, and he reached out and said, "Hey, I've got these extra parts lying around. Can I send them to you?" And I was so touched. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, super super generous.
So actually sent us 2 slides, a 17 and a 19, as well as some other components. Some specifically for the missus.
Blink, blink.
Daughter
of Ross says, Lisai, totally want sleep. Guess I have to be a good mom / moderator and get up. No, you don't.
Go get some sleep.
Go back to sleep.
Moms deserve naps too sometimes.
Yes, absolutely. Seriously. I was just curious because I didn't see you. I'm sorry that I called you out. Go back to sleep.
That was so rude of you.
It was rude
so
of
self-centered. But Easter bunnies are like that, I hear.
I'm going to bite your face.
Like
an Easter bunny.
BW says, we had chili spaghetti. Yum. Oh, that's so good. And Sydney says, we had a parking lot church service. That's great. Shaun of the Dead says, 180 watching, only 11 thumbs up. That's the one you read before. Craig says, what effect do you think the much improved Harbor Freight tools are going to have on the tool trucks? It's not just Harbor Freight. The Icon tools have already had a huge impact. The Icon cabinets have had a huge impact. The fact that they're launching their own credit card with zero interest is having a massive impact, because the fact of the matter is that Snap-on is no longer truly a tool company. They're a finance company, and they make the majority of their profits, not the majority of their sales, but the majority of their profits from fees and financing charges. So when Harbor Freight comes out with a credit card, that directly impacts their cash cow there, the financing side. And then on top of that, you've got, Gear Wrench was already out there, and you've got all these other lines coming out, and as I call them, the tool truck alternatives, where they're not the bargain basement stuff that we're used to seeing. They're at that 90% of quality, or even 100%, in some cases even better. Like I tested, against the Snap-on 10 millimeters, and I saw multiple wrenches, that were as good, if not better, than the tool trucks, and they were half the price or even less. And some of them have been around for a while, like Wright. People are starting to understand about Wright tools. They're not the least expensive tool out there, but they're far less expensive than Snap-on in most cases. They're made in the U.S. So the tool trucks are taking it in the teeth everywhere. And then I constantly hear the mechanics going, well, that's because I'm a professional and I don't have time to go to the tool store, hardware store. I need the truck to come to me. And I'm like, yeah, I heard that from, from plumbers, from, engineers, from carpenters, from electricians. They all make as much, if not more money than mechanics, and they've got plenty of time for some reason to go to the store. So I realize that it's a nice perk to have the truck come to you, but
it is, but yeah,
that's what it is. It's a perk.
Not that nice. Not
a necessity.
Not enough to justify the price.
Yeah.
I know you have other things, but Justin says, how much longer do you think the economy will last without the non-essential workers being able to work? I know that's a big question.
The question is, how much damage is it going to take? I foresee them loosening restrictions starting to loosen restrictions by the end of April, end of May. We're going to see wider loosening, and by the end of June, I think, except in the hardest hit regions, you're going to see most of life getting back to work, most of the country. It's other than the dense populated areas like New York and Detroit, and where people are living on top of each other and stuff, out west, once you get past the Mideast, everything gets spread out so much that I think it's going to be the impact's already much less, and I think that they're going to see people, but things are going to change going forward. I think there's going to be a lot less handshaking. People are going to be cleaning, counters and stuff more often. People are going to be taking more precautions, maybe wearing masks in public, that kind of stuff. But I see people getting back to work. Sean says, my buddy who lives in Henderson posted some of the pics of the Thunderbirds with his son. That's awesome. That was a really cool show. And I posted that thing about the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels the other day. That was just for fun. Just having a little fun military rivalry kind of thing. I like the Thunderbirds. I grew up watching the Blue Angels, so for me, they'll always be first in my hearts. But still like watching the Thunderbirds. Steve says it's 63 degrees up there. They're having a heat wave in Michigan.
Whoa!
Wow, you are just busting at the seams over there with all that energy.
I am so tired. Be nice.
Why don't you take your little bunny self to bed then?
Because everyone else is here.
I can hold down the fort. I realize I'm not as pretty as you, but
you could wear the ears.
I could wear the ears.
I'm gonna try to
soldier on.
Remain here.
Let's see here. Quentin Cave says, sup. PT says they have the cans at Aldi. And Andrew says, number one, distance chili, and you can something rather. Justin says that you need to get yourself a shot of whiskey.
I might need to get myself a shot of something.
Yeah, we're plumb out of whiskey. I need to go to the store.
That's what you think. Ed the Old Tech Guy, $1.99, super chat. Bing, 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 bing.
Halen asks, beans or no beans? You know, it depends on the day. There's some days where I'll get it with beans, but usually I just do a straight three way. Just, noodles, chili, cheese. Keep it simple.
Yeah. Justin says he's hearing that possibly fall in Cali got him worried. I'm assuming he means when things will get back to normal.
I am a little bit concerned about when the weather cools down again. We start facing those second wave kind of scenarios, what it's going to be like. But we'll have to see. Hopefully the testing and stuff will be more ramped up by then.
Joe Little, $5 super chat. It says, I miss salad bars so much. Any salad dressings you want, just make it the way you want with lots of alfalfa sprouts.
I'll pass on the alfalfa.
I actually really like alfalfa sprouts, so I wasn't sure if you were being serious about that or not. I like them, but I also realize most people don't. $5 super chat for Joe Little. Bing, 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 bing. Well, the bings are kind of waking me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love salad bars. And it's funny the things you start missing. Like, I really miss going to the thrift store. But I'm silly. Halen Wolf, $5 super chat. I love your icon. Your little, what do we call that?
Icon.
I always feel like there's some other word that I'm somehow messing it up. It says,
Profile
okay.
pic?
Yes, maybe that's it. It says, okay, so I will send you Skyline. Aw. It says, does the missus want anything from Ohio? I don't know. I can't think of anything. Is there something from Ohio that I should want?
Grater's ice cream.
Okay, that will not ship well.
Montgomery and ribs.
Again, will not ship well.
Oh, they have ways to ship it. Geta.
Okay.
Oh, Mets.
Okay, he's asking what I would like, honey, not what you would like.
Brats and Mets.
I would like to have Geta.
Christian Moorline.
I've heard about it, but I don't think shipping it would be the...
Little Kings.
Okay. So we can tell where he is right now. Basically, I don't know anything from Ohio that I would like. Maybe a postcard or a nice note. I don't know. I can't think of anything. If you see something and you're like, oh my goodness, this would be something great. Or the other thing I could think of is sometimes there's regional like treats.
The chicken dance.
Okay. When your wife cannot hear, what I heard was chicken pants. And I'm like, we absolutely do not need pants for chickens. So I would say if you see something that is regional, that's like a snack, like a kind of chips or a kind of candy bar, something small that would be easy to ship, great. Otherwise, just asking me is super sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I love your icon. Dale with the $5 super chat. Hello from the state of Jefferson. Hello.
The free state of Jefferson.
$5 super chat. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you very much. Javier Estrada with the $2 super chat. Baby back ribs or St. Louis style ribs?
Oh, yeah, probably baby back ribs. St. Louis style ribs are good. When it comes to barbecue, I'm really more of a Kansas City kind of guy. I like all sorts of barbecue. I'll eat Texas dry rub. I'll eat some Tennessee vinegar, and mustard kind of stuff. But my choice is a thick caramelized candied kind of barbecue sauce on some ribs, and that's KC.
I like ribs. I think I like burnt ends more than I like
I
ribs.
love burnt ends. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my gosh, Eleanor likes ribs like nobody's business.
Oh, that
Yeah.
little girl will murder a whole slab of ribs
Which
by
is
herself.
hilarious because there's very few things that she will actually eat that do not involve sugar.
Yeah, she'll like pick at this, pick at this. She will eat if you order ribs and she doesn't get the ribs. She will eat your ribs if you let her, all of them.
Yep.
Ooh, Buckeyes.
I know. I did think about that when I was thinking, like, what is something that I thought about? So, yes, we'll get there. Fred Hill, 199. Here in Colorado, 4 to 6 inches of snow and in the 20s. Oh, my goodness. I would love a picture because I'm just that kind of girl. I love seeing pictures of snow. So,
yeah, I like seeing pictures of snow.
I like being in it, too.
I like visiting it. Go on. Ring your little
Bing,
bell.
bing, 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 bing.
Did you ring for Javier?
I did.
Okay.
Wait. No.
Because we got into discussion of the ribs.
Javier. Okay, we got into discussion about ribs. So I'm going to ding for Javier. Bing, 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 bing. That's because I forgot. Sorry. You guys need to call me out because I am tired and I will forget. Halen Wolf says, $2 super chat. Says Buckeyes from Anthony Thomas. What is Anthony Thomas? Is that
I don't know what Anthony Thomas is.
Is Anthony Thomas? Okay,
I'm guessing it's a candy store. Do your little ringy ding ding there first.
Bing, 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 bing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Owen's Jeep stuff. Hello, Bear family. Sorry I'm late, but it's been a crazy day. It is Easter. You are totally fine. And that is a $20 super chat, which is so overwhelming. I can't even believe it. So thank you so much for joining us on Easter, and don't worry about being late. We're just glad to have you. Thank you so much. Bing, 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 bing. Daughter of Ra's gonna light me on fire.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Since Owen's here with the Jeep stuff and Justin's here and he's a Jeep fan as well, for all you other Jeep lovers, I have a confession I have to make. I have done something I'm not proud of. So some friends of ours who live in Livingston have donated to us their old Jeep. It's a 96. They sent us a text message. They get a new truck given to them, and they knew we needed another 4x4 because my truck isn't 4-wheel drive, and they're trying to help us, be able to be up there in the winter more and stuff like that. And it was so kind of them, and they know that we're also Jeep fans as well. So they said, we'd like to give you our old Jeep Cherokee. So it's a 96 Jeep Cherokee, and we'd like to give it to you. And I'd been actually looking for one. I mean, I'm a CJ7 fan to my core, but the Jeep Cherokee is probably my second favorite because I love the SUV style. I love boxy vehicles to no end. I just absolutely love big boxy vehicles, even small boxy vehicles. And so we were all excited about this. And then the other day we were looking at some pictures of our house, and there are our neighbors up there. And you could see in one of the pictures, you could see the back of the Jeep they were talking about. And I looked at it and I noticed it wasn't as boxy as I thought it would be. And it was actually rounded. And because when they told us about the Jeep, I couldn't really picture it in my head. And then, so then now I see it. I'm like, that's not a Cherokee. That's a Grand Cherokee. Now, here's the thing. In most cases, when somebody's donating you a vehicle and suddenly you're getting the next step up vehicle, you'd be like, when? That's awesome. Not only am I getting a free one, I'm getting the luxury version of that free one. But as a Jeep geek, I was honestly a little disappointed. Because the Cherokee...
I'm not even claiming you right now.
The Cherokee is more... it's easier to work on. You can do more things with it. It's got more aftermarket kind of stuff. At least it's been a long time since I've looked at the market, but the around the whole aftermarket thing for that. And, Owen, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I had the choice between a Cherokee and a Grand Cherokee for a project vehicle, personally, I feel this way. I feel bad about, it being a free one and me being like, oh, bummer. I know she's glaring at me, but I had to confess. I had to come clean to people who would understand why I'm a bad person. All right, we're moving on.
The missus is thinking some thoughts on Easter.
Oh, it's Alan asks, I'm looking to get the 10 cubic feet lawnmower cart from Harbor Freight. What's your opinion on this item? Alan, I've never used that item. Maybe somebody who else who has it can chime in, but are you talking about the lift? Because I'm saying lawnmower cart. I'm not sure what the lawnmower cart is. Or are you talking about the lawn cart, like the green one with the big wheels?
Justin Dow wants me to smack him with a fish.
Salmon smack. What?
Yep. He said, you bought a Renegade? You bought a Liberty? Psh, you had me worried. He goes, oh no. Well, at least it's not a Liberty or a Renegade.
We have a Renegade.
We have a Renegade.
That's her daily driver.
It's all right. I'm going to smack him with a fish.
Yeah. Now, granted, it's a Trailhawk, but it's still Italian. Dale says, I meant that I thought maybe Hercules was going to be coming out with a new rotary hammer because of all the new bits. No comment. Let's see here. Ron Smith says, if y'all want to call it an early night later on, it's quite all right. Enjoy the Easter. Thank you, Ronald. That's very kind of you to say so. You guys are always supportive, and we appreciate that to no end. Jerry says, do you think the Harbor Freight Easter coupon, we talked about that one. Yes, I do think it will. Halon says, so do I send the chili to mailing address? Going to do FedEx or UPS. Look for it next week. Yeah, if you would. The 2251 North Rampart Boulevard, number 177, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89128. The address is in the bottom of all of our videos. I'm not sure if it's in the live stream, but all the regular videos.
Yeah.
The Harb of Doom says, hi, everyone. Nathan says, had 10-inch wheels on my work cart. Stay away from the pneumatic ones. Yeah, probably not a good idea in the shop.
Steven says there's a spot in Michigan that would accept a Grand Cherokee just fine.
Yes.
That place being my place. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I fully admit it was one of those thoughts that leaps into your head, without you being able to, moderate it first. Sean says, my prized possession is my Milwaukee Sawzall with the metal case. Granted, I don't have any of the tools left after my divorce. That was the only tool I grabbed on my way out. I know that feeling. Justin says, just thoughts on the matter. Oh, yeah. And
Justin Dow says, check out JRC Off-Road. Lots of upgrades for the Grand Cherokee. Thank you, Justin. I will actually literally do that right now because I'll forget otherwise.
Jarrett says, not to mention Harbor Freight shares an entrance with Tractor Supply. Where's that?
Is it one of those things? Remember we had a picture from somebody a really long time ago where it's kind of like places that have snow and stuff. It's like an awning.
Oh yeah,
you know what
I know.
I
know the one you're talking about.
Called.
I've never seen anything like that before. It was interesting. Tall Grass says, what are your thoughts on the Hercules 20-volt impact? I have it, and I use it quite often, and I think it's great. I cannot, at this point, recommend that people buy into the Hercules line. If you're already in the Hercules line, and you're like, hey, should I pick up the impact? Totally. Or if it's like, I only need those tools that Harbor Freight has right now in the Hercules line, and I'll be fine with those for right now. It's a great tool to get. But we don't know when that line's going to expand. That's going to expand. They've got huge plans for expansion with the line. I've seen the tools, but we don't know when it's going to come out, so I can't be recommending a line like that when it's just kind of too up in the air. Javier says, I admit I felt ashamed when I realized that my ratchet was in the on position. Yeah, I know what that's like. Cletus says, do I buy quality tools, say an Eastwing hammer, that I could one day give to my grandchildren 50 years from now, or just get a cheap $5 hammer, $5 Harbor Freight hammer, or $30 Estwing? I like having one good hammer, and I'm a big fan of Estwing. So I often will splurge on like one good one and then get basically the tools that I use the most for one particular job, I might splurge a little bit on, only because I can also afford it. I don't have a problem with people buying, more expensive tools, as long as they realize that it's a choice to do that and it's not a necessity to do that. and that there are less expensive. I mean, Harbor Freight makes a clone of that, as does, I think, was it Husky and a couple other companies now have clones of the S-Wing. But I wouldn't also plan on passing it on. That's, too many guys who've got all these tools and they've justified it on one day I'm going to pass it along, and then they go and retire and their kids or their grandkids want nothing to do with them. And it hurts when, you put all this work in your life into this trade or something, and your family doesn't want to carry that torch. Can I help you?
I'm just listening to what you're saying.
Oh.
And then I was like, is he making a dig at me? What did I do? Nope,
No.
not at me.
No dig at all.
Nope. $9.99 super chat from Andrew Anderson. I think that Andreasen. Blessings to you all for Easter. Thank you so much.
And God bless you too.
Bing, 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 bing. Thank you. Sorry for your ears, daughter of Ra. Les Ward, $5 super chat. Been enjoying your videos from the People's Republic of Illinois. Thank you so much. Bing, 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 bing. I'm super glad you were enjoying us from Illinois. Are you still among the hearing?
Yeah, what? Riley said, my principal said that your YouTube channel was inappropriate because of the Pew Pew video. Oh, I can see that. They have zero tolerance for that sort of thing. Mr. Bosch says, O-Light or Streamlight? Depends on what you're going to use it for. For everyday kind of stuff. The only time I would ever go Streamlight is if I was, in law enforcement or military and using it as a on-weapon light. For anything else, I've talked to a lot of people who have the Streamlights. And there's some people who, in fact, there's some guys I know who are professional law enforcement. And they're like, yeah, this light from O-Light doesn't cut it, but these other ones do. And, the same thing with Streamlight. I've seen a lot of people who get Streamlight and they think, hey, these are great. And then, a year and a half later, they're having problems with it. And they're like, I paid that much money to have it die on me. And they're not happy about it.
Jennifer White Wolf says, I have my dad's 1950s East Wing hammer. Great tool. Plus, it was his. And I just have to say, when I read that, it totally touched my heart. One of the things that I have that was my father's. We have one of his hammers, and it has his name written on it because, as we all know, tools tend to wander away on jobs. And then the other thing was his work gloves. When it was cold or he was doing work and he needed his work gloves, and they had duct tape on them, and they were totally loved to bits. And that totally means more to me than any money in the world. So I totally hear hanging on to hammers.
So Cut says, happy Easter to a couple of my favorite YouTubers. Hope you guys are staying safe. Thank you, sir. I hope you or ma'am are doing good as well. Ethan says, what is your overall opinion on Tecton? Bought their breaker bar and considering one of their socket sets. Ethan, Tecton's one of my favorite hand tool companies out there. I love their sockets and their ratchets. I've got their hi, Eleanor.
She wants to show everyone her frog headset.
Oh, yes.
And her giraffe.
Show them what
Wait,
the giraffe does.
If they're sensitive to blinking lights, then don't
That
watch
is so
this.
sweet of you. She's concerned for people that might have issues with blinking lights.
It just lights up everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's very ET-esque.
Yep. So yeah, I guess it does kind of flash kind of fast.
I just didn't
So.
want people.
That's right. You should always be aware of people that might have some issues with bright flashing lights. Sorry, but we interrupted what Dad was saying.
Anyway, I like their tools. I've got a set of their screwdrivers. I think they're everything I've ever used from them is great. Their customer service is top notch. If you buy from them online, you get $10 in cash back towards your next purchase. They offer free shipping. They offer, I think it's a 25% discount for students. And they're trying doing more and more stuff that's made in the U.S. Currently, I think it's something like 20% is made in the U.S. The vast majority is made in Taiwan, with only a few items made in China. I'm a big fan of what they're trying to do over there. And Steven says, convenience comes with a price, apparently. It always does.
Yes.
Nathan says, might be taking a new job that requires my own tools, like my tools at home. So I think a trip to GF might be in line. Maybe Harbor Freight, maybe is that a typo? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Owen's Jeep Stuff said he sent you an email with a few pics. He sent it to you.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
And somebody was asking if we were fans of John Prine. I am a fan of John Prine, and my dad was as well. One of my favorites is Angel from Montgomery. But yes, I was super sad to hear that he had passed.
Yeah.
It feels like every day there's somebody else. So, yeah, made my heart hurt. DR Falcon, hello. With the $6.52 super chat. I love it. Wish I could give you a big hug. Happy Easter from Soggy, Tennessee. Now buy the camera.
Yes, we're...
Thank you so much. Bing, 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 bing,
just
bing.
waiting to the end of the month. God, that's loud.
Daughter of Ra agrees with you.
Mike Adams says, howdy, y'all. Nathan says 30 in Iowa. Oh. Yeah. Jeff Tilley says, says, Montana says, happy Easter. Yeah, you betcha.
Wait,
Be-
what?
Jeff, he's the one from Bozeman.
Oh, yes, Jeff.
We were having the argument about the people in
Yes.
Montana doesn't say you betcha.
Which now I'm subscribed to them.
B.D. Cooper says, I wish we had the sunshine here in my region. Raining right now. Raining here as well. Patrick says, longtime lurker. Love you guys. Love from Reno. Hey, Patrick, another Nevadan out there. Steven says, wakey, wakey. Sounds like someone needs coffee. She doesn't drink coffee, but she drinks a good amount of soda.
Yep.
Grizz comments that he has risen, and that is the reason for the day and all that we get to enjoy. Shauna Dead says, Blue Angels are my favorite too, being from SoCal. I used to watch them at Top Gun in Miramar's annual air show. I bet that was pretty awesome to see. I just got to see him up at Fort Dodge in Iowa. Benjamin says, don't leave us, Mrs. Bear, because you're the reason we were watching. I knew no one loved me. Frank says, in the People's Republic of Michigan, we have counties with 0 claims of COVID. I think some counties will open up hopefully soon. That would be great. Tallgrass says, what's your thoughts on the Hercules 20-volt impact? We just talked about that. And is it brushless? No, it's not brushless. The Shaun of the Dead says, Mrs., you're thinking of a Avatar pick when you're asking about those. Nathan says, several counties in Iowa have 0, mine included. That may be true, but Iowa divides those up pretty small. There's 99 counties in Iowa. They go a little crazy. It's like you can't hit, you go from one county seat to the next. It's like you can see the next one from where you're driving practically. Daniel says that the Blue Angels rock. Bart Foster says, ditto on the thrift stores, pawn shops, yard sales. Oh, I miss the yard sales. I love me some yard sales.
It's little things. Like Griffin has outgrown most of his pants. And, you need pants.
And his hair, apparently.
Yes, and his hair.
Go on.
Javier Estrada, $5 super chat, says, man, I wish my town had a Harbor Freight. Closest one is 30 minutes away. All we got is Ace, and they aren't helpful.
Oh,
I am super sorry. But at least it's 30 minutes, that is kind of long. But, yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you. Joe Little, $5 super chat. Your icon makes me giggle every time I see it. $5 super chat. It says, I'm not a tech, but in the transportation industry, and I think being a forklift tech could probably be a good recession resistant job. Yes, I could see that. Bing, 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 bing.
So many industries that would be applicable to.
Yeah. Yeah, people need to be able to know how to drive those things. Eric, $4.99 super chat. I love it. It's not even. Diamond weave microfiber cloths are awesome for cleaning windows. Tried them this week. I'm sold. Passing along the tip. Do you mean the ones? Not the ones from Harbor Freight.
I don't think
What are
so.
Okay.
I'll have to look
I'll
into
have
them.
to Google that. Now
All right.
my hair is killing me. Anyway, I didn't bing for him.
All right, go on.
You're trying to steal his bings. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you so much, Eric. And Halen Wolf with a $5 super chat. It says, Bear, you should review the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener. Can find it at Cabela's. Where's the nearest Cabela's?
They're Bass Pro. They're owned by the same company now.
Oh, I knew that. I was just testing you, obviously. Thank goodness you passed that test. I'm going to bing now.
Go for it.
Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get the Ken Onion version along with the add-on so you can actually make knives with it. Seems pretty cool. All right, so we're going to do some speed comments here because I've gotten way behind here.
You certainly have.
Michael says he's trimming trees around the yard and need to get rid of them. What are your thoughts on the electric chipper at Harbor Freight? It's good for light duty kind of stuff, but if you have anything, I would say over 3 inches, in fact, probably over 2 inches, it can handle a few 3-inch or more and I've only can talk about from secondhand feedback. I've not used it personally. I'm just talking about feedback I've gotten from other people. Although many people said that they were surprised with what it could take. Craig says, when I worked for an Ohio tool company, Christian Moorline was the beer. Never seen it anywhere else. Yeah, it's a local brewery. You won't see it out of the Cincinnati tri-state area. BD Cooper says, on the air show thing, they weren't bad, but I'm more of a fan of watching the huge Lakers, especially seeing them loaded. Donna Ross says, everyone's talking about relaxing the rules. We tightened up. You can go out on a rowboat, but you can't attach any kind of motor to it. That's idiotic. Jim says, I know I'll take heat for this, but I would like to see companies like ODC, Bosch, and Gear Wrench Apex move production back to at least Taiwan from China. I see Tecton already upgrading. Yeah, I know. Well, Gear Wrench is taking a lot of heat from that by moving more of their stuff to China instead of doing it in Taiwan. I gotta say the quality of control you see out of Taiwan seems to be much better than what you see out of China. Jim Haynes says, we just read that. Mustang says, strong winds forecasted for West Michigan tomorrow. They're saying the COVID tents could be blown around and stuff. Yikes.
You know, I have really thought about that because a lot of places where they seem to be having large numbers are not warm places right now.
Trent comments that they canceled Burning Man. Too bad for you. I'm not a Burning Man. The idea of going out in the desert and getting filthy for a week with a bunch of hippies is
with
not.
No showers.
Yeah.
Nope. And
Don't
it
forget,
will never
Makita
come
customer service sucks. And Fred says, snow tomorrow, high in the 20s. Yeah. BD Cooper says, Anthony Thomas is a huge seller of Buckeyes in Ohio. I hate their commercials. I don't remember them at all. Jennifer says, greetings, just popped in. Hey, Jennifer. Chad says, the bear hates the bing bings. It hurts his little bear ears.
Ed, the old tech guy over here, says the dings today seem a little low. They're not loud enough. They need to be louder dings. Those microphones need adjusting.
Oh.
I think he really loves you right now. He's trying to be friends with you.
And Javier says, you ever gone mudding in a creek? I've gone mudding in a creek down in Kentucky all the time. I took my CJ7. There was a small creek in Cincinnati that we could go down a ravine, edge off into, and drive about half a mile up, and then come out, and then you pop out into the middle of a very busy area of town. It was hilarious. I'd use it as a shortcut every so often. Hey, this is Mrs. Bear, Anthony Thomas, Central Ohio chocolatier.
Oh,
Shaun
cool.
of the Dead says the 96 has the bulletproof straight 6. That's what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping it has that straight 6 because I love that engine. Frank says, how do you feel about 12-volt cordless lines opposed to 18-volt for DIY? I think 12-volt is the way of the future I think you're going to start seeing a mass migration over to 12-volt because with lithium power, and especially with the new battery cells they're going to be using, for most jobs, unless you need that super high-end power, 12-volt will do 90% of the jobs that an 18, 20-volt will do. And on top of that, they weigh a third less. So you can carry them around all day. You can use them with less fatigue. They cost less. They're just more manageable. Why not go with one? Frank's, we just read that one. Halon says, have you seen what people are doing with government auction Hummers? Amazing. I want one. We almost bought one about a year ago. There was a big auction around here.
I thought it was longer than that, but
Maybe it was longer, but yeah, we were so close to buying one. But it just didn't need that big of a project. Steven says there's a spot here in Michigan that would accept a grant. Yes. Get your hands off my Grand Cherokee, man. Maybe we'll let you come out and you can pet it.
I think they're trying to entice us to go visit them.
Yes. Trent says the Grand Cherokee is far more capable in every way than the Cherokee. And Fred says, had to get tested for coronavirus yesterday. I've been sick as a dog. I've been sick for 2 weeks. Got worse starting Thursday. Haven't heard the findings of the test. Oh, geez. Fred, we'll be thinking of you, man. Adding you to our prayers.
Yeah. I haven't seen Gary P tonight.
I was just going to say, I wonder where Gary is. I saw him the other day in one of the other videos he commented.
He did check in last Sunday.
Yes.
Just briefly and said he felt awful. But I hope that he is just resting and enjoying Easter. Ed, the old tech guy with the $2 super chat, says, loud dings, please. Louder. Louder. Yeah. That's what he said. I just don't hurt me. You can cover your ears.
Where are my earmuffs?
Well, so people were playing video games earlier.
Mario Party. Of which I apparently am the champion of all Mario Parties.
Please do not encourage him. His head is already big enough. Like, I'm not even sure how we got out here. But as much as I like to ding the bell, I have really sensitive hearing. And one or all of my children are incredibly loud when they play video games.
All of them.
All of them.
I'm not as loud as the kids.
No, you were not. But so I was wearing the anti-cowbells. Stop pulling my hair. He's behind me pulling my hair.
Can't prove it.
We're already married. You don't have to flirt with me like that. So that is where the ear protection is. I will stop talking. I will ding the bell. You will cover your ears. I will go get your ear protection.
No, you don't have to give me ear protection. Just ding the dang bell.
Thank you so much, Ed, the old tech guy. I'm pretty sure Daughter Bra's going to hurt you. Bing, 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 bing. Bing. Then I whacked the thing.
I had to catch up on this. So, Andrew says the Grand Cherokee has less options because it does not need any. Watch TFL car reviews. I do watch TFL, and I'm very familiar with both of them. I liked the stripped downness of the base Cherokee over the unmitigated opulence. If I'm going to go with that, you know what I really want? I want a Lexus, what is it, the 470? That's really a Land Cruiser dressed up. I want to get that for her. I want her that would be her daily driver eventually. Craig says Las Vegas must seem strange now with the big hotels and casinos closed. You know, it's really weird because if you go down near there, it is like that. And that's what a lot of people you hear talk about on the next door and other chat messages and stuff. But in reality, for where we are, when you live in Vegas, you don't often go to those places. No. And if you go, other than people doing their distancing thing and lots of people wearing masks and gloves and stuff, you drive around town, there's practically as many cars and stuff out these days because it seems like almost every, 4 out of 5 businesses are essential. And the other people are just like, well, I'm going to, I'm tired of being stuck at home. I'm going to go do X, Y, and Z. I mean, we're doing some things to keep the social distancing, stay safe and whatnot, but there's tons of people. You drive down the street during the day and you'll see 50 people walking their dog, going jogging, going biking, just going for a walk themselves. There's people everywhere. It actually feels like there's more people out than normal. It's weird. And let me power through the rest of these here real quick. Yes.
2 more super chats.
Go on.
How do you say your name? Kike? Garza? $2.99. What's your thoughts on the Apex winch from Harbor Freight? Before you answer that, I will bing the bing. Bing, 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 bing. Michael Glazer with a $3 super chat says, no ding for me. Hannibal Lecter time. See, he's allowing you to get back at me now.
Clarice.
That's when you know you're married.
The Apex winch. I've not used one. I don't have one. So everything I talk about when it comes to that is all going to be secondhand kind of stuff. That said, I've talked to a lot of people here who have them, creators who've done videos on them, and the summary is they're fantastic for the money. They're a great winch. They're a little bit slower than some of the higher end winches, but speed isn't usually, you're not speed winching usually. And for what you get for the money, you can't come close with anything else. All right, let me catch up here. Pierce says 5.9 ZJ, can't go wrong. Fred says, I used to own a Cherokee, loved it. Bo says, love your channel. Any thoughts of going live 1 hour earlier for us East Coasters? 9 p.m. on Sunday night is rough on us. We've gone back and forth on that. The problem is that it's Sunday with the family and stuff like that, so we're already eating into quite a bit of family time as it is, so I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Maybe actually it will happen when we're up in Montana. Maybe we can do that.
Yeah.
PJ says, I saw the 18M underground doomsday bunker for sale in Las Vegas on the internet.
Yep.
The Nathan says, already missing the flea markets and yard sales due to Corona. I can just imagine. Echo says, is TubeBuddy really worth it? I don't pay for it. I do use it, but I don't pay the extra money for it. I don't think it does add some value, but I don't know if it adds enough to pay for it. Justin says, do you think that Google is making cutbacks like the other businesses out there due to what's going on? I think that they are making cutbacks to staff in some ways, but it's like this thing, like I had a lot of videos get marked as inappropriate. There was no, like when was the Monday, was it Deals of the Week got marked as inappropriate.
Yeah.
And it took them 2 weeks to finally review it. And I'm like, as far as I understand, the people who do that reviewing already work from home. So
yeah.
Why is that, yeah, I think they're using it as an excuse to pay less money so that they and be like, oh, sorry. And Jennifer says, nice purple blue ears tonight, by the way.
I hope doggies are doing good.
Yes. Bart says, I have whoops, jumped on me. Sorry. Hold on just a second.
One moment, please.
Uno momento, por
Oh my
favor.
goodness, you are behind.
Yeah, I told you
they
I'm
were
trying to catch
teasing
up.
you like 15 minutes ago, and I was like, oh, they're kind of being mean. Oh, no, you're really behind.
Yes, but someone keeps interrupting me.
I don't know who that is.
With their bell.
I don't
Bart
know who
Foster
that is.
says, I have 41 millimeter lugs on my 9570 Tiltmaster truck and broke two 29-inch 3/4 breaker bars from Tractor Supply trying to get them off. Got a 41-inch from Northern Tool and got them off. Good grief. Well, I'm glad you got them off. Did you try using any kind of compound on them first? Because at that point, if you're breaking multiple 3/4-inch breaker bars on these things, the 41 millimeter, though, that's a good size. Ed the Otech guys, oh, that's at Justin Down. Never mind. And let's see here. Let's see here. Ed the Otech guy. No, that was not to me. Sorry. I kind of phased out here.
Owen's Jeep stuff, which we already read, which was that he sent you the email. And then PT says, Frog Princess with the Crown. Yes, I will let Eleanor know.
Pierce says, great vice grips too. Bart says, broke the 41-inch on the other side, but they were reverse threaded. I won't make that mistake again. 41-inch 3/4 breaker bar takes a lot of force to shear the heads off. Yeah. Sean the Dead says, I forgot to tell you, I bought 2 of those Olight M2R Warriors in the OD green. I used your discount from your tabletop review you did. Thank you, sir. I appreciate using the code on that. I'm glad you got them. They're great lights. I actually use that one probably more than anything else that I use right now. Actually, I take that back. The one that I can clip to my hat, I probably use the most. Riley says, I typed this at 9:50 East Coast.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Daughter of Ra says up to 64 subs, still no content.
Wow.
She's the best no content.
Mike Adams says, speaking of leaving tools to your family, I've inherited my grandfather's and my dad's. Some of them I haven't a clue what they do, and some I have no experience at using. Yeah, a lot of those older weird specialty tools can be like that.
Weird.
The nail puller.
Yes.
Yeah, that thing was. I still don't quite. I mean, I get it. I understand how it's supposed to be used.
Yeah, the concept,
I don't
but
understand how it's truly useful like that.
I have a feeling at our house we're going to find out.
And Joe Smith comments, and yeah, Joe, I saw this. Actually, waiting for. I was going to do a shout out here in a minute, but he comments that a fellow hero has COVID. She's one of the subscribers over on his channel. Apparently, he knows her fairly well. He's got a link here to it if you find Joe Smith and friends. I think he even did a video on his channel, which you can check out his channel anyway. But go check it out and show her some support, at least by saying hi and throwing a thumbs up in her video. Broken Lee says, how are you guys doing on toilet paper 4 weeks of quarantine?
We have probably 15 rolls, 20 rolls of probably like 20 rolls of toilet paper. I have found it a few times when I've been out, and I just buy it when I find it.
It's been showing up here and there.
It's been showing up here and there. We found it at the Dollar Tree more than anywhere else. I have literally not found it at the grocery store ever. So we just had a fair amount. And then when we found it at the Dollar Tree, we picked some more up. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, if we run out of toilet paper, it's okay. You know, we're going to live.
There's other solutions. Jack says, hey, guys, happy Easter.
Hey, Jack.
Let's see here. Chromatic mix? Chrome? I don't know. Chrome? Well, why do you
it's chromodynamic.
Chromodynamic. Oh, there you go. Why specifically do you advise against Harbor Freight Phillips flathead screwdrivers? I got myself the Quinn set, and they're really nice. I don't remember specifically saying not getting the Quinn ones. I said the really base level Pittsburgh ones I was not a fan of. But the Quinn ones, I don't have them, but I know lots of people who do, and they all say that they love them. Daughter Russ says, the bears behind this can't be true. She believes in me. Because she would never be sarcastic.
That's right, because we're a family, and sarcasm never happens in families. Never.
Jennifer White Wolf says, please ask your viewers, anyone use the Harbor Freight airbrush? I have a high dollar Iwata, but looking for a cheap one for less accurate work. That's a good question. I have not used an airbrush in probably 20 years, so I am not the person to talk to about that. Love to hear what other people's input is on that. Justin says, do you ever get sucked back into video games as an adult?
Why, yes. Yes, he does.
I would say once or twice a year, some video game will grab my attention and I'll really get into it. Recently, I was playing a game off of Steam. There was a turn-based tactical fantasy game. And then the kids over this past week, because it was spring break for them, were really like, Daddy, please play games with us. And they play Roblox. And they got me into playing this game called Speedrun. It's an obstacle course kind of game. And another one called Hide and Seek, where it's like you're a little miniature person in a room, and it's like either you're in the kitchen or the workshop or the den or in the backyard, and you got to go hide. They love it. We have lots of fun doing it together. That's the important part.
That's the important part.
Jeff's behind on comments. Only 3 or 4 streams worth.
I told you.
Trent says the hydraulic is a great trade. Yes, that is one where you will always have work. Especially if you can then branch out and do stuff with like, skid steers and stuff like that as well. And the old tech guy, the dings today seem a little low. They're not loud enough. We need loud. Yeah, even talking about, yeah.
Hang
Rail
on.
says, I'm in the market for a new 6-inch bench grinder. What do you recommend? You know what? It really depends on how much you're going to use it. I've had the 6-inch bench grinder. In fact, I still have the 6-inch bench grinder from Harbor Freight, and it's been fine. But I don't use a bench grinder a ton. And honestly, currently it's in storage. If somebody else has a recommendation on what they like, I mean, honestly, if I was going to buy something better, I would get the Harbor Freight one, and then I would sit on Craigslist for the next year waiting for a good high-end older one to come on the market.
Sadly, I don't think it'll be a year.
Yeah, it might.
I think the way the economy is, Craigslist is a...
Well, it's like Brad's workbench. He's been looking for I've known him for a while now, and he's been looking for a bandsaw, good bandsaw, for as long as I can remember. And he almost pulled the and went off and bought like some cheap new bandsaw. And I'm like, just keep waiting, and here's some other workarounds you can do. And I just hold on, one will come available. And sure enough, man, he just got a sweetheart of a deal on a full top of the line Jet 14-inch bandsaw with a dust collector. And I think he paid like $150, $200 for the whole thing. And it needs to be, reconditioned a little bit. But I mean, that's the thing on stuff like that. Getting those older tools like that are great, but that's what I really like. I talked about the ladder method of building out your shop, which is maybe buying Harbor Freight right now for some of this stuff, getting started, treat it well, and then when an opportunity comes to get a sweetheart of a deal on Craigslist or somewhere used, pick that up, and you could turn around and sell the Harbor Freight one, usually for not much less than what you paid for it, as long as you treated it well.
Right.
Go ahead.
Halen Wolf with the $5 super chat. Oh my goodness, you were on fire tonight. It says great breaker bar, Harbor Freight, half ratchet, and racing jack handle. I'm gonna bing.
That's a great idea.
Bing, bing, ding, 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 ding. Thank you so much, Halen. I will be right back. Do you want me to get you ice or anything?
After these, yes, would you please?
Yes, hang on. Dave, is it Weiss? $2 super chat. Any recommendations for a budget bandsaw? Bing, bing, ding, ding, bing. Thank you.
Funny you should mention that because we were just talking about that. Are you talking portable, stationary, and what kind of stuff are you going to be doing with it? Because I mean, there's lots of different bandsaws. I've got the Bauer handheld one. I use that one a bunch. I have a configuration where I have it where I can wedge it into the Harbor Freight version of a what do you call that thing? I almost call it a pump jack. It's not a pump jack. It's the sawhorse. I've completely forgotten what's called. The Franklin workstation is what they call it. Rockwell. I still can't remember what it's called. Anyway, and you can mount it in that, clamp it shut, and I have a little board that I've fitted and put a bolt through that I can use it as a work surface. And I use that as a small vertical bandsaw for stuff. We used it for working on Pinewood Derby cars and a bunch of other stuff. And I think for basic stuff that kind of works great. The 14-inch bandsaw I used to have was one of the middle of the road ones from Grizzly, and it was fantastic, just fantastic. And that's one of the ones like I picked up off of Craigslist for $325 with the 6-inch extension and all sorts of other goodies with it. I mean, it was $850 bandsaw, and so the thing is, bandsaws are not used as much as they used to be. So quite often on the used market, you'll find them going for cheap. Sometimes you'll see cheap ones though that people want $500 for, and you're just like, yeah, it was a great bandsaw 30 years ago, but it doesn't have any of the newer features the new ones do. Why would I pay that price? Joe Little says, mobile thermal refrigeration repair, 100% recession proof if you like being on 24-hour call. So like your work will be refrigerated transportation. Nice. I'll do the bell for, hold on. There, did I do it right? I don't know how she does it. I definitely don't have the ears for it. Logan says, "Hey Bears, I hope you have a happy Easter. And for once, I don't think I have any questions." And let's see here. We talked about the Apex Wench. PT says, "So if you like Little Kings, were you a Wiederman or a Hutapole person?" I don't actually like Little Kings, to be honest. Hutapole wasn't bad. They had some okay stuff. Yeah, I was not. I knew lots of my friends had, that. And peach schnapps is like everyone drank peach schnapps, and very German kind of area. Oh, Steve says, "Oh dear, she sounded like Beavis." David says, "Have you ever been to Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana?" I have not been there. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm trying to remember where that is. Is that up north near the dunes, or I don't remember. We were around Indianapolis, and then had a lake house up in the Lake District in the northeast part of out near past whatchamacallit. I think it was Auburn. And Asylum says, "Hello everyone, I'm late, but I'm off to bed. Good night and happy Easter." Happy Easter to you too. Zaffiel says, "Does anyone else have the fear that you'll get really sick, get tested, and find out you don't have coronavirus?" Not a fear. I was feeling kind of under the weather this morning or this afternoon, but I think it was just from lack of sleep. Let's see here. Well, it's 7:22. I'm so far behind. We're going to take a break here and say it's time to shout out the mods and do our Adopt a Mod program where you can adopt your favorite mod. The mods are everyone where the name is in blue. They've got that cobalt blue wrench behind their name. They're the ones who help keep the channel family friendly, answer questions that we don't get to or the repeat questions, remind people to type in @dentals, basically keep things flowing easily here, and so that eventually at some point during the evening, allegedly, I will catch up with the live stream and actually be current. That said, we love supporting the community, and most of our moderators are creators in their own right. Everyone, Justin Dow, Joe Smith and friends, Brad's Workbench, Ed the Old Tech Guy, these are all creators, and they all have some videos on their channel. So go over to their channel. You pick your favorite moderator right now, go over, find their channel, and like one of their videos, and maybe even consider subscribing, because who knows, you may find other good content. We like to support the community, the creator community at large here, and we want to spread the love, and hope that you do as well. And also be sure you check out Donna Raw. She has the best non-content on all of YouTube. 64 subscribers. We're trying to get her over 100 with absolutely no content, maybe over 100,000 eventually. And the next comment is DR Falcon says, "Time for mod shout out." Novus Nick says, "Great to see you all Easter Sunday. He has risen, and where's the Labradog?" The Labradog is begging for food. There's still food in the kitchen. She will not be coming out here unless we bring all the food out here, in which case she will want nothing to do with saying hi and everything to do with the food that you have, because she needs that food.
Because obviously we're not feeding
It's
her.
probably poisoned, and she should eat it for us just to make sure.
Great.
Client Graphics, speaking of other great content creators, Client Graphics is in the house. Happy Easter to you and the Cubs and everyone this Sunday live stream. Thank you very much, sir. Happy birthday. Happy Easter to you and your family. Say hi to the missus for us.
Absolutely. Hello, Mrs. Client Graphics.
Let's see here. Dick Tickle says, "Looking at getting my first smartphone soon. Don't like Apple or Google, though. Not friendly companies. What's a good non-Apple or Google phone under $400?
Isn't
Mine?
Mine?
Well, yours is an LG. In fact, we both. I currently have
Ow. That hurt my finger.
two phones. I've been a big fan of the Moto. I have the G6 or 6G or whatever it is, which is a great budget phone. I think it was $150, $200 for that, or whatever the latest version of it is. And but right now I've upgraded and I'm still in the process of switching over to the DentaTools official phone, which we're selling now in the store. If you go to dentatools.com /shop, I kid, we don't sell cell phones. It's we both have the LG Slim Q.
No, Think.
Think Slim Q.
Thin Q, which
Thin-
is Think.
Whatever. Oh, whatever. Give me your phone. Give it. It's this thing. It's very thin. It's made by LG. I've had good luck with a lot of LG stuff. We had one of my first big screen plasma TV was an LG. Thing weighed a ton. But yeah, it's there's lots of good options. We picked up for free when we added a phone line, and we did the whole thing where we added a phone line and then deleted a phone line because we had so many phone lines that we could do stuff like that.
You need to read the fine print before you do that,
Yeah.
or you'll be stuck with too many phone lines. Like you
Yes.
have to wait 30 days before you. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. Did you ding for Dave Weiss?
I did. Wait.
Also
No, I
wondering
didn't.
about a budget table router. See, he's like missing dings. This is why I'm here. Ding, 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 ding. $2 super chat from Dave Weiss. Also wondering about a budget table router.
So, Dave, are you talking about a table that would like go into a table saw where you need the router plate and everything? Are you talking about a bench one? Are you talking about a standalone? There's a lot of different ways to come up with that solution. Who is it? Cobalt. I think it's Cobalt over at Lowe's. They were having a sale on their setup. There's a Bosch one that they do all the time. It's a great little benchtop table router setup. You have to provide your own router. I'm a big fan of the Bosch routers, Porter cable routers. The budget ones, let's see here. What's a good budget router? Rigid makes a great one, but from what I've been told, it's non-standard, so fitting it into some of the router lifts can be problematic. I've got the DeWalt trim router, which I'm really a big fan of, but that's probably not what you're looking for. Trying to think what else as far as budget routers. That's another tool that I like buying used off of Craigslist. We've got some old Black & Deckers and some old, I got a Rockwell and I've got some old Craftsman as well. And those things will last a long time if you take care of them. I got to catch up unless this is really important.
Nope, go ahead.
Ted says, TP hoarders are crazy around here. Where are they donating it? I'm not sure there. Owens Jeep says, ordering a DJI Spark drone yesterday. Do you have an opinion on it? I plan to start making videos again for my channel and think drone footage would make a great Jeep video for me. Okay, here's the deal. If your channel is monetized, that is considered a business, and the FAA will, if they get a complaint, I mean, there's a lot of people out there doing it, but technically it's illegal to do it without a license. And and I say that as somebody who does have their FAA license for drone flying for profit. It's not that hard to a test to pass. The Spark. So the Spark is decent. I'm not as big a fan of it as I am the new one, the Mavic Air or whatever. I've got the DJI Phantom 4 Advanced, and it's much bigger, and they all do great videos. They really do. The only issue with the smaller ones is you have to be really, really careful about wind, because they're a lot more susceptible to high winds. So you want to fly on as calm a day as possible, and check out and make sure there's an app called Before You Fly, you want to check out because there's a lot of rules and regulations when it comes to drone flying.
Can you fix my thing, please? Thank you.
Nathan says bears need to watch out for the ivy while wiping. Well, that's what weasels were made for. Andrew says, Happy Easter. Hey, Andrew. Haven't seen you in a while. Justin Dust says, Mrs. DeBear, rock the bunny tail for you with the ears after dark. Where is the bunny tail? She had the dinosaur tail the other day.
I have a dinosaur tail and I have a deer tail.
Oh, the deer tail's cute.
But I don't think I have a bunny tail.
That's a crime. You need a bunny tail. Ed the Old Tech Guy says, Warcraft 3 or StarCraft 2 anytime, brother. I will go up against half of Asia. I may not win, but I'll go up against them anytime. I am, when it comes to RTSs, I really go old school. I like Age of Empires 2. That's my favorite one. I did Warcraft the first one, and I did the second one. I got the latest version of Warcraft 3, and I was disappointed in it. StarCraft, I was never a StarCraft player. And Cut says, do you recommend the Harbor Freight hand planer? I don't know if I'd use it enough to justify paying $300 for the big one. The hand planer, are you talking about like I think you're talking about the electric hand player. I've never used it, and I don't know anybody who has used it, so it's hard for me to say.
Sorry.
I'm not. I never do any kind of thing where I would use a hand planer like that. If I've been looking at getting like a joiner and a bench planer for the house up in Montana for doing some more work outside. We got I'm gonna be rebuilding that back deck, and I might end up building a garage for the side yard. I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do over there. I need more outdoor space.
Yeah. We need more space. Full stop.
Wohawk says, Daughter Ra, I need your flamethrower. Girlfriend just called me Bae.
Nice. I love it.
Eric says, Happy Easter from the lockdown Motor City. The Harbor Freight is a good basic airbrush. In my opinion, it's a basic Badger clone. There we go, Jennifer. I hope you heard that one. Oh, she's comments right after that. Zaffiel says, with the economy being hit, you're going to see a lot of industrial tools cheap at auctions. Yeah, everyone's taking a hit. Even we are taking a hit. I think our income's down at this point 25-30%.
Yeah, it's down.
Less people are watching, and advertisers are paying less for the ads. So we're getting hit on both ends. Let's see here. Nathan says, paid $500 for a new drive wheel for a bandsaw at work. Oh. And yeah, the thing is, they got to be well balanced, man. You can't just use anything there. Justin says, you definitely don't have the bell down. Mrs. DeBears has it on lock. It's not a skill set that I've developed. GrooveJet in the house, though. Hey, guys, only just remembered about the stream. I'm here. Been watching the PS4 guys live on Twitch. I'm not a gamer, but I like the live aspect. That's cool. I can see that. Glenn says, hope all is well and love your channel. Stay safe. You too, sir. I hope you're all staying safe and spending it with people that you care about. Eric says, I'm going to build a homemade pastry board out of maple. I need to plane it. Do you recommend a hand planer or a table one? What model brand do you recommend? I think for me, I would do, I'm not like a hardcore woodworker, so I would use a table planer rather than a hand planer. For the guys who really love to work and feel the wood, that's a hand plane. Ask Brad's Workbench. He loves hand planes. That said, you could do it. There's lots of ways you could do it. You could also set up a jig and do it with a router as well. I see a lot of guys do stuff like that. As far as which one do I recommend, the Bauer is a great budget option when it's on sale for $250. Because all of those lunchbox planers are essentially the same thing. Some are slightly better, some are slightly worse. The Bauer's kind of right there in the middle. It's got some of the nicer features, to be honest. So if I was going to go budget route, I would get that. If I had the money, DeWalt makes one that sells for about $500. That is just, you're going to have to go up to $2,000 or so after that to justify it. Can you stop kicking the table? You're making the camera shake.
I just
You're going to make
realized
everyone
that.
nauseous,
I realized that.
including yourself when you watch the video.
I know.
Uh,
I have extreme motion sickness.
Extreme.
Yeah.
She doesn't play video games because it makes her green. And the Tech guy says 200 watching, only 120 likes. Please, everybody, hit the like button. If we get 200 likes, Jeff will tell us a Dune story. You don't want me to tell you a Dune story.
No, please. Please, no.
We'll be here forever. Tell you what, if we get the 300 likes, though, I'll tell you a story about the missus. And then I'll get stabbed. Echo says, good night, everyone.
you'll have
Stay
another
safe.
story.
Happy Easter. Then I'll have another story.
Remember that one time when the wife stabbed me live on the internet?
Juan says, why do you have a different energy when you're behind an animated bear?
Yeah,
I don't. What does he mean by that?
I don't know. I read that like 14 times. I don't know.
You realize that the bear and I are completely different people. I realize we sound a lot alike, but that's because I've raised him since he was a cub. So he's, he's his own person.
It's like a
And he doesn't work on Sundays.
Tiger King thing, but with bears. You're a bear king.
Why would you go there?
Because it's Easter and I'm tired and I'm warped, obviously.
Riley says, see you later. I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. I do too after that comment. Ted says, need to cross over with adventures or dirt bike creators. Oh, that would be cool. I used to really like dirt bikes when I was younger, but motorbikes really aren't my thing these days.
Happy birthday, Client Graphics.
Justin Sal says, LGB slacking, no bell attached for Mrs. DeBear.
What?
I don't know. I think Justin may have had too many beers here. I'm kidding. I don't know. It's just a typo or something. Ed says, we cannot miss dings. Common missing a ding is near evil. Every time there's a ding, an angel gets his wings. That is a true story.
Yes. That is so true.
And you're just passing out wings left and right, aren't you?
I am.
The wing maker over here.
I was.
Oh, hey, I'm close to caught up here. Let's do this.
Don't you jinx it.
Justin says Walmart had 50% off all Easter yesterday and today. Dad score. Oh my gosh.
I have coupons that are still good until
Jennifer says,
today.
who else is looking forward to half price Easter chocolate tomorrow? Oh,
I can't eat it.
not me.
I would be ill.
We're already ill with the chocolate we had today.
I had like a teeny tiny amount.
Owen says, I'm not monetized, but I got the Spark for only $300 with the full package. I love DJI. Their software is just so much better than everyone else. And I was in on the whole drone thing early on. I had friends who left the company we worked for. I ran a tech company in Silicon Valley, and they left and they went over to work for 3DR, which became the first big drone company. And they eventually have gone under, or I think they specialize. They only do like high-end commercial stuff these days, mostly software. So they got me into that. I had a couple of the 3DRs, the Solos. I loved flying those. They seemed like menacing little demon copters. Those things were aggressive and dark looking and stuff, and they were loud. And the Phantom compared to that is just a dream to drive. It's like driving a Tesla compared to driving like a 73 Camaro with the V8 with a 3-speed on the column. And I don't even remember. Did they have a 3-speed on the column? I know they had 3-speed on the floor. I don't know if they had a column shifter in that. I'm just making stuff up now.
Yes, you are.
BD Cooper says, I hate to go here, but I need to get up early and try and get some Easter candy. You do your thing, man.
Yes. I would like pictures of whatever candy you get. I will live vicariously through you.
Halon Wolf mentions that we should try Halon Wars for RTS. Imagine that. Michael Glazer says, Mrs. DeBear, did Jeff send you the latest pictures I sent him? Hold on. Did I?
I don't know. While you're looking that up, GrooveJet said, I couldn't buy a good old British Sunday lunch anywhere today. Gutted. I'm really sorry. I had tons of extra. I would have shared. Granted, it was not a British Sunday lunch. Definitely no Yorkshire pudding or anything. I'm really sorry that you couldn't find it anywhere.
Oh, I think it was on Facebook.
Will H says, no dings for me. $2 super chat.
No dings.
So it's the No dings.
Dingless.
You just like to do this because you know it makes me twitch on the inside. So, yep. Okay. There we go.
Oh, the Howard the Duck ones. Yes, I did.
Oh, yes.
I did send her that.
Yes. Thank you. So there you go, Will H. It's very weird. It feels like something's very wrong in that situation. There were no dings. None. None.
It's hurting her on the inside
It
right
is.
now.
It
You have
really
no idea.
is. Jesse C. I'm reading yours just because our names are spelled the same. Did anyone out there try using the 25%, Harbor Freight coupon this weekend? Did it work? So I don't know.
Did anyone try doing the what?
Try using the 25% off Harbor Freight coupon this weekend. Did it work? Basically, they were asking if anyone actually used the coupon and were they successful.
Why wouldn't? But daughter Ross snuggles in with black jelly beans. Oh, that explains so much about her. That she likes black jelly beans. There's two types of people in the world: people who like black jelly beans and people who aren't communists.
You are in so much trouble right now.
She probably likes black licorice too, knowing her.
You know what? And that's great because somebody out there should eat it because
Yeah,
it's not
somebody
our
should.
it's not our
Communists.
favorite. Shush. Oh my gosh. $2 super chat from Daughter of Rot says put the bell away. So I'm guessing I'm not supposed to ding it. I'm just pointing out the fact that you didn't actually say that, and I love you, which is why I'm not dinging it. But Will H with the $2 super chat right after you says ding away.
Oh, jeez.
Ding, 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 ding. Thanks, Will. I thought I was going to die there for a minute. It was stuck inside. Ed, the old tech guy, $1 super chat. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you.
Jeez.
Daughter of Ross says she loves her black licorice. Ketchup.
Oh. Halen Wolf says, I was shocked being a former Cap cadet. I saw an awesome LED gooseneck flashlight at Tractor Supply. Oh, that's cool. I like those things. Whatchamacallit? Olight has a really cool little pocket light with the 45-degree angle. Not quite a gooseneck, but still. PT says, tell us an alien story. Well, there was one time I was abducted by aliens. I don't know. You're the aliens person, not me.
I would be like, so there's this really great movie called Aliens. If you haven't seen it, you should really go check it out.
I like the first one, but I like the second one better.
I like the second one better. Yes. I think that is what most people think. I honestly think that most people haven't seen Alien. I think they've seen the second one and ones after.
Yeah.
But
I saw Aliens in movie theaters when it came out.
Oh my gosh. I was not even born.
And Ed the Old Tech Guy says, now I want 300 likes. Please, everyone, please, please. We watched this past weekend, we watched 300. As my friend likes to say, it's the stabbiest movie of all time. Yeah. And Nick Hoffman, for the Emperor, hey, have you seen the new, what's the fan flick they're doing? They got the new installment came out. It's fabulous. He said, I realized I was spending too much on my army, so I bought a machine to print them out of resin for me.
That is super
Good
smart.
call.
Super
That is the way to go these days. If you're doing the miniatures big time, you got to go with the resin printer. And Groove Jet says, I couldn't buy a good old English Sunday lunch anywhere today. Gutted. Good old in English. Are just, yeah, that's a country not known for its cuisine.
Okay, but he's English, so he would really want that.
That's true.
Anyways.
Some blood pudding and...
Halen Wolf with the $2 super chat. He is risen. Happy Easter and good night all. Good night, Halen. And you are so right. He is risen. Indeed. $2 super chat. Bing, bing, ding, ding. Bing, bing. Thank you so much and have a great night.
Mark needs to go to bed. He said, I went to Schrodinger's chat tonight, but his wife opened the box and it's just dead in there. Mike says, Jeff, we could always try try talking Harbor Freight into making Hercules and Bauer cordless belt sanders. They would be great for belt sander racing.
I love you. Rail 92222 2222 says, when will we be hearing the Montana cowbell again?
That's a good question.
Yes. We're working on that.
Yeah. And the Tech guy says, hey, everybody, if you want to talk to Jeff and the missus, please make sure to put at the Den of Tools, no spaces, in caps help. Groove just says, hey, guys, only just remembered about the stream. Didn't he just say that before? Did I go backwards in time? Maybe I read it earlier. I don't know. Steve says he's been playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 lately, and I find it strangely relaxing. You know, I played one of those truck driving simulators eons ago in an arcade. It was one of the big, like, lifelike style ones, and it was like that. It was like strangely kind of calm, and I actually rather liked it. Speaking of which, go on YouTube and do a search for, I'm not sure if it's Royal Caribbean or I don't think it's Royal Caribbean. What's the other one that's like Royal Caribbean?
Norwegian?
I think it's Norwegian, the Norwegian Joy.
Groove Jet says, you both really like your movies, don't you?
Yeah, I love movies. I'm not really a TV person.
He says all the movies that I like are awful.
They're terrible.
Yes.
They're not as bad as what Amanda likes or the kids. Those are a crime against humanity. There's war crimes committed in those movies. So the Norwegian Joy. So as I said, the older cub and I were up looking at it, and it sails, right now it's slotted for Alaskan cruises. I think it sails out of LA, and they've got a whole arcade that's all VR based. And they've got like a hang glider simulator where you wear a VR helmet. And so you lay on this thing and it moves you around and stuff. So and it's got a fan, so it's blowing in your face. So you feel the wind like you're moving and everything else. They've got another one where you're attached to a harness that's on a track system in the ceiling, and you're walking on a balance beam that's like 6 inches off the floor. But you wear a VR helmet that portrays you as walking on the edge of a building, of a high rise, or walking across the steel span of, the Golden Gate Bridge or something like that. And what's the other one? Oh, and they've got an F1 car. You don't wear a VR helmet for this, but it's a real F1 car, full chassis you sit in, and it's got it has to be 15-foot wide, multiple monitor wraparound kind of situation. So I love the old arcade game kind of stuff, and this is just taking it to the next level.
I checked out because you said VR, and that just makes me want to throw up.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
The racing game you could probably, it's fast moving kind of stuff.
Sure can't.
Yeah.
Love you. Next.
We have an Oculus Rift VR helmet, and we have the game called The Climb, and it's mountain climbing. It's great. As far as you're going up, you're just fine. But if you look down and you're afraid of heights, you're done for. I've seen people try to fall while sitting on a couch playing the game.
Yep.
And Larry Crawford says, where does Red get his sense of humor? He is the funniest animal I've ever seen. He makes my day every time I watch him. Happy Easter to you and yours, your beautiful family. I think that's just a tool bear kind of trait. They're naturally chipper kind of folk and always try to find the fun and stuff.
Thank you so much, Larry.
Ed, the old tech guy, says, ding away, please.
That's right.
And Owen says, not trying to bug you, but did you get my email? Not sure if I had the right email address. Let me check real quick.
He sent something.
That's not that. No. And I don't believe I did. It's Red at Den of Tools, not the Den of Tools, just denoftools.com.
Forward the other emails while you're there.
Which one?
The Civil Air Patrols.
Oh my gosh.
Love you.
Read some comments then.
I will. So.
Making me do work.
I am making you do work. That's why we're married. Groovejet, talking about British food, tripe, black pudding, haggis, jellied eels, all on one plate. Okay, I had to look up jelly eels. I'm not even sure that we can still be friends That sounds disgusting, as Eleanor would say, with a capital B.
It's funny because that does sound terrible, but I've had udami. Is it udami? The Japanese sushi with eel?
Yes, but that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Ugari?
This
I can't remember what it's called.
uni.
Uni?
Jellied eels is eels that are in a spiced gelatinous something and then like cooled. So it's basically like cooked eels with spices in a jello situation is what it looks like to me. Maybe it's delicious, and I am absolutely somebody who believes that you should try something. You should not yuck anyone else's yum. You should absolutely try it before you decide that you dislike it.
But she'll make an exception for that.
Jellied eels does not look yummy. So thank you for sharing that. And I know that that's not what you were trying to get this evening. But
Nathan says Zambuca and Jaeger. I think he means Sambuca.
Yep.
Either way, that sounds terrible because pretty much anything mixed with Jaeger
is not a good choice.
is wrong. And I like Jaeger actually at times. That's like the original cough medicine from Germany.
I was going to say, I think it's medicine. So unless you're drinking it for medicinal purposes, it's not really that great.
Frank says he used the Harbor Freight coupon on a flat screen TV mount.
And Client Graphics says most of the Harbor Freight coupons, you can check them online by adding them to your cart to see if it works. Yep.
Daughter Ross says, you know those pink jelly beans that taste like Pepto-Bismol? I like those too.
Okay, my favorite jelly bean in the whole world is popcorn. Because I can't actually eat popcorn. Because of my Crohn's. It's just, I can't digest it well. So I love the popcorn. And my second one is probably like pear.
The pear one is kind of good. But then you're getting into like the eclectic, the Jelly Bellies, the expensive shishi kind of jelly beans.
Well, and I'm thrifty, so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Nick Hoffman says, those whom watch but do not like are on a list in the throne room of the emperor. This list is given to the Inquisition quarterly for termination of the subject upon it.
Yep.
That's a little harsh. Probably accurate, but still harsh. And let's see here. Ed the Tech guy says, aliens, have you seen the extended cut known as Newt's Story? It's amazing and more aliens than anything.
I have not. And actually,
I've heard about it.
I Googled it when I read your comment earlier before he got to it. I will definitely check it out because I love Newt. I lobbied to have Eleanor's name be Newt. He vetoed that pretty quickly.
A big no.
But I will definitely check it out. I did not know about that one. Javier Estrada with the $5 super chat says, Jaeger is bad all by itself. I kind of agree with you. It's like medicine, though. Anyways. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you, Javier Estrada. Jennifer White Wolf says, time to go to dinner. See you all later. Have a great dinner.
Bye, Jennifer.
Yankee Cantrell. Hey, $5 super chat. Just finished rehandling Griselda, my framing hammer. Hope you both are doing okay. Also, Jägermeister is my favorite drink, straight or with Red Bull.
Oh.
Well, like we talked about with the black licorice and stuff, somebody likes it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you are enjoying it and that you are making the Jägermeister market work. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And I like that you named your framing hammer. Bing, 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 bing.
That's. So here's what I got to say about this. So Jaeger back in the day. So I used to be a bartender at night as one of my extra jobs. And this was in Cincinnati in an area called, I just spaced on it. It was a Irish. It's funny because it was a very German town. It was a little Irish part of town. And it's, what was it called? Starts with L. I'm going to lose my mind so I can figure this out. Anyway, so Jaeger was what we often refer to as a challenge shot. It was the kind of shot, everyone's out, they're drinking, everyone's got their machismo going and going, let's do shots. Okay, we can do this. Tell you what, let's do Jaeger. See who can stand up to that. And apparently there's been this thing throughout time of there always being this one shot that people don't usually like, that people do just to see if everyone else can do it. And it's been replaced by, what's that cinnamon whiskey now?
Oh,
Fireball.
yes, Fireball.
Fireball is the new challenge shot, and Jaeger has kind of gone by the wayside because it's been replaced by Fireball. And it's funny because Jaeger was kind of like this one that few people knew about, and then they came out with the Jaeger coolers, where you'd see on the bar this big kind of trapezoidal machine that would have 3 Jaeger bottles staggered in it, and you could come up, press a button, and get an instant ice cold Jaeger. Because usually we'd store the Jaeger in the cooler in the far back, so it was nice and cold and stuff. So
You would?
yeah,
I
Jaeger's always meant to be served cold.
Huh. That's what happens when you don't drink it. You don't know how it's served.
Yeah, we did a shot that was Jaeger, Bailey's, and Midori. And it was called a Loch Ness Meister. It was terrible. Leave your tongue fuzzy. Terrible drink.
Yep. Don't do that.
Mount Lookout. That's the area where we lived and where I worked.
I love how he says where we lived because I'm not part of that.
It's the royal we.
It's super royal.
Very.
I was not there. Owen's Jeep stuff. $5 super chat. It says, okay. Yes. I had the wrong email. Just resent it to you with the right email. Thank you. I'm going to bing the bing bing.
Oh my
Bing,
gosh.
bing, 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 bing. Okay, that was really loud. Sorry. Owen's Jeep stuff.
Look at that. Like the snorkel.
Yep.
Like the
Okay,
front
I'm like
bumper.
a huge fan of snorkels.
She is.
I'm a huge fan of like, I might need it. So, yes. But I'm not a huge fan of let's put ridiculous things that we're never really going to need that cost a lot of money.
Nice bumpers. I like those bumpers. I like the gate on the back with the swing away. I'm a big fan of the swing away
No one else
style.
can see that. So,
Hey,
it's
I'm just
kind of
telling
like,
him that I like it.
Yes.
Where the road ends, the fun begins. I always like the Jeep sticker that goes across the top that's upside down. It says, if you can read this, flip me over.
Yep. Smedley Dog 1 with the $2 super
Smedley
chat. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you.
I call the kids that everyone. Whatever, Schmedley. Nobody knows what I'm talking about because I'm hella old. Let's see here.
Oh, I was in the middle of looking up a chocolate shake shot.
Groove Jet says, talking about British food, tripe, black
Yes,
pudding,
we talked
haggis.
about
Yeah. Truck simulators need cars, brakes checking you, and highway patrol looking for infractions and dispatching yelling at you for not meeting deadlines. That wouldn't be nearly as soothing. And Michael Glaser says, let's do the time warp again.
That's right.
Steven says, I'd be down with the F1 game. I have to wear glasses. I'm not sure how VR headsets would do with that. Most of them have spaces for people who need to wear the glasses. The other thing is they also, on most of the good ones, you can move the focal lens in and out. So a lot of times you don't even need your glasses because you can adjust to the focal length that you need. I know the Oculus ones that I have can do that for most people. Client Graphics says, please watch the headlines or news the next few days as we are prepared for many meat packing plants to shut down that will impact the supply chain for 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah.
I know I'm actually telling some family members who I do not think pay attention to the news that they need to go and get meat like now. I know that Smithfield, I think is the one that I heard that is closing. It's a pork processing plant. And I think last week in Den of Gadgets, we were talking about that there's definitely a number of meatpacking facilities that are just going to need to close. And obviously it would behoove them to be able to stay open, but it's the reality of, people are sick. And in that kind of business, it's very close quarters. It's just not safe. So they're having to close. So yes, if you need meat and don't have it, you should go find it now because it's going to be hard to find. Tony Fleming, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I don't know if you had a question or a thought. So thank you so much. Bing, 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 bing. It was $10 super chat.
I know. And you like your ding, so.
I do. I like my
As long as you're
dings
happy.
and my little ding
And
dance.
shaking the table. Bad Ideas Workbench says, put a meme in the forums on the welcome to the forums thread I thought you might like. Was that the one about, like, I hope my wife doesn't sell my tools for what I told her I paid for them? Yes. It's funny because we were just talking about that the other day. Reddit's funny because his jokes are about Jeff.
Jehu said something about a chocolate cake shot.
What?
Excuse me. It is 1 part hazelnut liqueur, 1 part vodka. Coat a wedge of lemon with sugar. Suck the lemon wedge with... Oh, I should read the whole thing before I start reading it. We are a family-friendly channel, so if you are not of age, do not make this recipe.
Yes. Or find a parent to make it for you.
Suck the lemon wedge with the juice still in your mouth. Drink the shot.
I like lemon drops. I hate to admit it, but I do.
I have not tried that.
I like lemon, so.
I like vodka, so.
Yankee Control says, and black licorice candy, good and plenties are my favorite. Oh.
Okay. Yankee
I love
Control.
good and plenties.
I do like good and plenties.
I like good and plenties. The black licorice ones, not so much. Oh, yeah. Mark Plaza says, hey, James Luke, Jeff needs monkey ear headset. Also, hello from Harrisonville, Missouri. Jay Who says, what about a chocolate shake shot?
That's what I just said.
What else? One of the ones that I came up with that I really like was one that we called an electric Gatorade, where you take bourbon and so in a shaker you fill it with ice. You'd add in bourbon and Midori and bar sour, and it is 1 shot of bourbon, 1 shot of Midori, and
is Midori the melon one?
Yes, and about an equal part of bar sour shaken and strained into a rocks glass. We call it electric Gatorade. Came out very vibrant green. The bourbon and the melon and the sour all mix really well together as flavors. I like it. It's a pretty good one.
Hey, Bear One.
Hey, Bear One's in the house. How you doing, man?
He says, if you get out to Tractor Supply, check out, and you're near their checkout, see if they have bags of the cinnamon gummy bears. They're so super good. They're like crack. So if you have a problem with those, do not go there.
I've made myself ill on those cinnamon gummy bears. Because the thing is, they get this, like right here in the back of my jaw, you get this kind of like watering, cringy kind of thing going on. And the only way to make it go away is to eat more and to eat more and to eat more. And my stomach's just cramping thinking about it.
You know who has a problem with those? Your daughter.
Yeah, she does.
Not mine. His.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Midwest Railfan says, recommend a car battery charger / maintainer. Is it battery tender? Was the green one?
Mr. Tickle says, I have no doubt that food shortages will be coming this summer. Learn to eat sardines and rice and like it.
I don't know about that, but ugh.
I would say...
Yeah, I use the battery tender system mostly. I've not used the new Viking ones. I've heard the new Viking ones are better than the old Centec ones. The old Centec ones I thought they've always failed on me. But the battery tenders, I've used that quite often for trickle charging, maintaining kind of stuff. PT says, so you could have been shopping at Swallens and Ontario stores, got my right ratchets at Ontario, and it's still great. The Swallens sounds familiar. I don't remember Ontario. Robert says, Surfer on acid, Jaeger, Malibu rum, and a splash of pineapple juice. Yum. Yeah.
You lost me at Jaeger.
Pineapple is a bit much for me. It's too acidic.
I think pineapple's fine.
I like the flavor.
That was one of the other things. Pineapple. So when I did my ham,
you made pineapples.
Yeah, I made pineapples, and I made it both ways. I put pineapples on the ham, and I glazed it with like a brown sugar pineapple mustard glaze, which is really good. And then I also took some pineapples and fried them in butter and brown sugar and a little bit of pineapple juice To which Griffin screeched, "You're eating my pineapple." Earlier this week, he was given a whole pineapple as a gift, and so I taught him how to cut the pineapple. So he thought
loves
that
pineapple.
he thought I was eating his actual pineapple. It's like, no, honey.
Javier says, I know one of my neighbors likes his Jaeger warm. That's courageous. Courageous, that's one word for it.
Oh my gosh.
And Bear One says, happy Passover, Bears. Happy Passover to you, sir. And your family.
Yes, I know there was somebody else who said happy Easter and Passover.
Frank says, Bailey's and DeKuyper butter shots. Oh yeah. That's good stuff.
Good night, Steven. He said, well, folks, I'm heading to bed. Work in the AM. Everyone take care. Stay safe, and good night. Good night to you, Steven. Elkvis with the $2.17 super chat. I love it. Thank you so much. Excuse me. I have like hiccups that are not quite hiccups. Howdy, quarantine bears. No bell, please. Okay. Maybe that's what it was.
Yes.
It was me trying to hold the bell in. Elkvis, I understand.
Okay. Being German and having lived in Cincinnati, which is an incredibly German part of the country, the food's very German. They have the largest Oktoberfest outside of Germany. They had microbreweries before most other towns or most other places came up with the concept of microbreweries. Very German area, and as such, schnapps are a huge thing, and I grew up around a lot of people. I actually miss having a whole selection of schnapps around. We should probably set up a wet bar or something.
We have children.
Yeah.
No, not a good plan.
The Mark says, did you see the Blue Angels fly over Las Vegas? They were violating COVID rules. It wasn't the Blue Angels, it was the Thunderbird, and they were staying well more than 6 feet apart. Frank says meat hoarding.
Aw, Jehu was telling Ed the old tech guy that he has something. Anyways, when you move it, I can't read it.
You're supposed to be reading your side.
I know, but I was reading.
No, you stay on your side of the message board.
You're gonna die for that later.
Javier says slaughterhouse 15 minutes away from me, closed last week. The reason is up in the air. Some say it's because they had unsanitary work conditions. Yeah. Bad ID Workbench says no, it's the one with the clapped out tool cabinet. And Bear One says if you get out, we read that one about Tractor Supply.
I'm starting to lose my mind and think that cutting my own hair is a good idea.
Yeah. Michael says next Sunday, Mrs. Bear should do her own version of Pippi Longstockings with hair that long. She does. I always love it when she braids her hair like that.
Yeah,
although you don't do it from the sides like Pippi does.
I don't usually do it from the sides, and I actually do have pipe cleaners, which I'm gonna try to put into some masks. But maybe I could put them in my hair first.
No.
And have them stick out. That'd be awesome. Because when I lean in to be loving with you, it'd smack you in the face. And I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Accidentally, on purpose. Totally.
Bear One was still working on the airless compressor. We're still trying. We're in prototyping. Haven't got success yet. One day. Colin asks, wife told me I should use my pandemic overtime money to buy a CNC machine. Not sure if I'm more suspicious of telling me to buy a new tool or her just not taking my money. That would worry me. If she's like, you know what you should do? You should go buy another gun or you should buy a CNC machine. I'm like, oh, pod people are real. They've taken over my wife.
Hey, if it comes in the form of coins,
oh my gosh,
I might steal them. But
Toolhead, hey man, how you doing? How's life down south there? He says, hello, how is everyone? Been a little bored, trying to think of what videos to make.
Shut up, Moto.
Quiet, Moto. It's like that these days, isn't it? I had an idea for a video I was going to do this week. Now I can't remember what it's going to be. I don't know. I got to come up with something. Construction Teen asks, question, I have a Chicago Electric table saw. I want to upgrade. What should I upgrade to? Can't buy used. No good deals. Well, that's too bad. The question is, what do you need? Do you need it for work, for like a job site saw? Do you need, if it's job site, do you want it like integrated with a stand, or do you want like a compact one, or are you looking something more for a shop? Are you a hybrid? Do you want a full cabinet? There's lots of different options when it comes to table saws. Elkfist says you get the Nobel Peace Prize because it's more peaceful without the bell.
Elkfist.
Well, Mr. Doughboy isn't here, so someone has to pick up the, and run with it there. Bearded CB in the house. How you doing, sir?
Happy Easter.
And PT says 94 proof peppermint. Yeah, that was the Rumpelmans used to be a big one. I had a girl called me Satan over. I was bartending. We were in. She just turned 21. She was there with all her girlfriends, and they were like, "We want drinks that we can't taste the alcohol, but will get us trashed." And I went, "What you need are peppermint slammers, where you take a shot glass, one of your slightly larger shot glasses. You fill it up exactly with a shot of peppermint schnapps, preferably 100 proof, like Rumpelmans or something. And you put a spritz of 7-Up or some other clear lime soda kind of thing. Cover it with a napkin, pick the whole thing up, and you slam it real hard, just bam, right on the table there as I shake the camera. And it causes it to foam, and it foams up. The soda foams up the liquor and everything, and you throw it back, and it tastes like a Mentos is what it tastes like.
That sounds awful.
You don't like Mentos?
No. I mean, not as a drink.
Anyway, but you cannot taste the alcohol, and it's 100 proof. That's the same as drinking wild turkey. And yeah, at the end of the evening, she was worse for wear.
You mean enjoying her birthday?
Yes, very much so. She'll never remember it.
Yep. I do not want to get you behind, but Bad Idea Workbench says, trying again since my last message wasn't clear. The meme in question on the forum is the one of the clapped out tool cabinet.
Clapped out tool cabinet.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
So he's going to look that up. Nobel Pizza Prize. Peace Prize.
I could go for a pizza prize.
James Luke says, I'm Scotch, Irish, German, Norman. Seems to be quite common Euromix. That is true. Bear One says, watch out, Bear. Mrs. DeBear might slap you upside the head with those ears or more. That's right. There's many times when we're live streaming where I'm like, there's many witnesses. I mean, witnesses.
Nice.
Happy Easter.
I'm still trying to find this.
James Luke says, build a vacuum space compressor. I like it. Bear One says, sounds like a perfect time for a store tour.
Yeah.
Somebody said, what's the Harbor Freight's website? I'm lost by that, Matthew Sanchez. Toolhead 147 says, everyone hit the like button. We need more likes. Bad Idea Workbench. We were working on it. Bearded CB's 82. Prior to Prohibition, PA averaged 4 breweries, per town. I'm not sure if that's a lot or not a lot.
That's a good amount. I can't find the post. Where was it posted again?
Jay Hoos, he was saying, the meme in question on the forum is the one of the clapped out tool cabinet.
Yeah, but where on the forum?
I don't know.
I just looked through general and didn't see it there, and I looked through miscellaneous and I didn't see it there.
So we will look again, but if you can tell us where, we're not ignoring you. Jehu says, now is the time where the creative juices flow for making videos. We may have to go outside of our comfort zone. That is true. I also feel like it's some days it feels like it's hard to come up with an idea. And other days I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a brilliant idea. And then executing it is really difficult. So I think the main thing is just to be able to make notes when you have those brilliant ideas so that you can come back when you're in a place to execute it. Javier Estrada says, I love Mentos as a drink. Who knew?
See? There you go.
Rail 9222 says, great time to hit the like button. Bear One says, pizza prize?
I like pizza prizes.
Yep. Matthew Sanchez says, Harbor Freight doesn't have coupons or deals on their website. What happened?
Harbor Freight doesn't. They
did change their website.
Yeah, it's
Ouch. But just like the layout.
They have the update there. So there's another place where you can go. In the upper right, it says get coupons. And there's also right in the middle, underneath where it says because it used to be all just the coupons right there at the beginning. So now they've got the comment from Eric Schmidt, blah, blah, and then there's a red banner that says coupons for your essential needs. And you click on that, and that's where you see, all the stuff you would have seen before. Bad
Idea Workbench says, look in the welcome to the forum thread.
All right. I'll go there.
While you're looking that up, I did want to say, somebody else had mentioned, when do you think Harbor Freight will have gloves and masks again for people to buy?
I don't know.
And my thought is, the last thing I had heard was that they were going to be donating them to people in the health community. So I didn't think that they would be selling them anytime soon. But I could be wrong. But that is my 2 cents on that matter. And I am definitely not... Wow.
I've seen that one before. It's an old, rusted, beat up Snap-on toolbox. And it says, finally made my last payment. She ain't much, but she's mine. And it is just trashed. Yep. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep. Yeah. Joe Smith. Jason Blair says, if I have a mint shot, I'd have to be Dr. McGillicuddy's menthol mint schnapps. But honestly, just give me whiskey neat.
Yep. November Romeo says, breakfast shot, Jameson and butterscotch schnapps. I remember watching a video where they made pancakes out of Guinness stout pancakes. That looked pretty good. And let's see here. Meridim says howdy. Fry TV says I'll be starting a dehydrated water business soon.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have ever told this story, but a million years ago, I worked at REI. And I think I have told this story before. I used to work phones. I did a bunch of different jobs. I did customer service. I did cashier. And at the location that we were at, it was so large that we actually had somebody that did phones all day. That was their whole shift. And we had someone call in, and they were calling in to find if we were selling, if we had dehydrated water in stock. And so my first thought was to laugh, but then I realized that they were really serious. And so that would be rude. And I said no. And then I asked them what they would be adding to their dehydrated water. And they told me water. And I said, no, I'm sorry, we don't sell that. And now, like 900 years later, I still remember that customer.
There are same people who went to AutoZone and asked for blinker fluid?
Probably.
So Bart says, did I hear something about coupons being good through June so you don't have to rush in? Yes, sir. I'm reading right here from the statement from Eric Smith, founder of Harbor Freight, says that the extending existing coupons, no price increases. All Harbor Freight product coupons and 20% off coupons that expire in April or May are now valid until the end of June, till June 30th. During the crisis, we're not increasing any of our prices as well. Now, there's no reason to rush into the store to take advantage of an expiring discount out of concern that the price may go up. The Meridum says, Happy Easter. Have you seen the new Raiders Stadium? Heard they lit it up. I have not seen it lit up. We haven't seen it in about a month, basically since this crisis kind of thing. But it is looking pretty cool. Bear One says, also, do you guys have History Channel? There is a new show called Eating History, and it's freaking cool. That does sound cool, but no, we don't have cable.
We don't, but I listen to like everything in America on YouTube. So I will look. There is a History Channel on YouTube, as I'm sure you're aware. I'll see if I can find it.
Jay Who says, Midwest Parts in Addison, Illinois has gloves in stock. Daughter Ross says, dehydrated water. I totally want to sell dehydrated water and send them air.
Yep.
Mrs. Bear, send me that hair. No.
You know what? I'm getting to the point where I'm going to chop it off. So you might get a container that has hair in it one day. Somebody else, though, you missed a thing. It said, it was Bear One asked, so Bear and Mrs. DeBear, with chicken, do you like breasts or thighs? And I know the answer to this, but.
Yeah, I like white meat.
Yeah.
Breast wings.
Yeah. So, and I will eat thighs. I mean, I grew up eating all kinds of.
Oh, I'll eat it if it's prepared, but I prefer.
Yeah, he prepares breast. He prefers breast meat, and I do now. But some dishes, like Indian dishes, I feel like really need like the richness of the thigh meat.
If you're eating it just straight chicken, white meat. But if it's mixed in, if it's a chicken pot pie, if it's go with the dark meat. It has more moisture, more flavor, kind of stuff. Definitely go with that.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, let's see here. Jim Haynes says, see you guys next week, late here on the East Coast. Client Graphics signed out as well. It says, got to go, busy week ahead. Eric asked, do you have any opinion on the Admiral 8-inch 24-tooth dado circular saw blade set at Harbor Freight? I've only seen the Admiral circ blade itself, the 12-inch. I've not seen the dado set, so I can't really speak on that. I don't use a lot of dado blades. For any kind of dado cutting, I usually probably go with a router anyway. Not really something I like to do on a table saw unless I have a big, sturdy, like hybrid or cabinet kind of table saw. Anyway, we're going to cut it early tonight because she's fading fast. I'm tired, and it's Easter weekend. We're going to spend. It's the last day of of spring break. So we need to go and tuck the cubs into bed, make sure everyone's set up. So we're going to take off here a little bit early. Want to say thank you to everyone who showed up tonight. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for everyone who supported us with the super chats and all of our members. That's everyone you see there with the little bear behind their name. It's kind of like Patreon, but it's built into YouTube. Thank you very much for supporting us. And also thank you very much to all the mods. And so before you leave tonight, if you can, remember, adopt a mod. Pick one of the moderators, your favorite moderator, whoever has the coolest name. Oh, hey, Home Handyman, how's it going?
Hey.
And anyway,
Easter.
So pick one of the mods, go and check out their channel, give them a thumbs up, maybe put a comment on one of their videos, maybe consider subscribing because it's, say rising tide floats all boats. We want to encourage the community to grow and provide just more content for all of us out there. Anyway, let's see, let me check this comments real quick. Steven says, I've been watching some of your videos this weekend. I didn't realize you had so many haters. One of them really hates you when you say something bad about Snap-on. People don't like to be told that they spent money that they didn't need to get spent. Anytime you're talking about something that seems outside the norm, you're going to find that kind of level of hate. And when you get that level of hate, you find out that people aren't following it up with data. They're just following it up with, well, I just know. And I just know isn't an argument that, I wouldn't accept from my kids, much less from an adult. So anyway, and he goes, can you suggest a decent vice? Don't want to spend more than $100. Found some on OfferUp, but they were over $500. I think there's some decent Chinese-made Bessies. Is that how you pronounce it? Bessie? I have one that's not half bad, and it was like $80 or $90. So anyway, do a Vice video. I do need to do a Vice video. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for joining us this Easter Sunday. In Quarantineville here. Hope you all are staying safe, staying socially distant. And spending time with the people that you love. Have a blessed Easter and welcome to spring.
Absolutely.
Take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.